franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in '08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Fry comes in for James. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for J.R. Smith. And Irving subbed in for Iman Shumpert. James checked in for Kevin Love. Ellis with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Ellis draws the double. In the corner, Stuckey with it. Lets it fly from 18. And again, it's Indiana. Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timbers.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year for the chance to get Love.
Screen by Ellis. The drive by Hill. A stupendous finish in traffic. Hill's got 5 points so far. The Cavaliers trail by 4. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. James. Count the bucket.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
There's 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. Ellis against LeBron. The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. And he can't get the first one. 2 shots. And he's good on the second. Stolen by Miles. Drops in the breakaway layup. Miles has got 6 points. Here's James. He's got 15. Here's Irving. And right as the buzzer sounded, he just dunked it right down. Wow!
Solid.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Cavaliers trail by 3. They've got LeBron James. Thompson is out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dellavedova in at shooting guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Ellis, the pass to Stuckey. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
George Hill's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Hill penetrating, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. The drive by LeBron. Count the bucket.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Indiana's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Hill kicks to Miles. Ellis outside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
Dante Jones, he's checked in for Cleveland. Shumpert comes in for Irving. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Hill. Lavoy Allen comes in for Hill. And it's George in for C.J. Myers. Talking about Channing Frye last year, the three-point shot's still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing in back of Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
It's stolen by Allen. Pass to Ellis. From 17 feet out. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 4 assists in the game. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Indiana.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And here's George for 3. That's no good. That miss makes him 5 for 11 from the field. And Shumpert kicks to Jones. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Monte Ellis again. Ellis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Sometimes you can catch the defense napping when you make a strong pass like that in transition.
Dellavedova and Turner with the block. Shumpert against Hill. Stolen away. Here's Dellavedova. And here's Frye from the arc. That is good.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Another bucket in the paint? That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The shot by George, wide open, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Love, no luck.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, we can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
George dishes to Allen. Here's Turner. Mozgov with the block. James with it. He feeds it to Mozgov. Excellent D there from George.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Monte Ellis getting it done. Wow.
You have to like what we're seeing from Monte Ellis.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
And so it's Cleveland with it. They trail by 3. It's LeBron with the... Oh!
Yeah, strong move there. Big points on that possession. In need of a bucket late. This is the guy you want to go to.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
What a game for Ellis. 25 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And 11 points for Kyrie Irving.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're up by 1. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead. Hopefully for them, that miss won't cost them.
There's a minute 34 left in the game. Stolen by Ellis and stolen by Love. Deflects the pass. James against George. And James throws it down.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
A minute 20 left to play here in the fourth. They get it again. Shots good by Turner. And the Pacers lead by 2.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Love the pass to Irving. Kicks it out to James. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. James has got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, 4 of 4 this quarter, making buckets under duress.
It's Allen, top of the key. He kicks it to Hill. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3.
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
James, count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
They double-team Ellis. To the inside, Allen. Yes!
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and look for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. LeBron against Hill. Irving kicks to Smith. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Timeout called the Pacers. Ellis outside. Time. Reliker just joining us. The intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. And the Pacers start off with the ball. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for Indiana. Ellis is out there with Hill. Then there's Lavoy Allen. Then there's Hill, and it's George in at the 3 spot. The drive by LeBron. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.